Hi students, welcome to the session. So in the last class of ours, we have discussed a lot about advanced UV mapping. Hope you might have learned a few things in that. And we also discussed about UV editor, how to use that. Many of you might know now how to work with that. So let's talk a little about this. Now we are going to unwrap the gun model we have done already. So let me go to my UV editor window and let's see, here is my UV window, and you might have noticed that there are things here like look at this. I would like to show you a few things in the UV editor window. So maybe I close this window and let me choose this, pick this right click, and let me go with some panels, saved layout, and I need a UV editor and perspective window. Yes, this would do. And this one, I think I don't need this window. Maybe I can right click, I can close this tab. Great, this would work. So let me select this one, and you will notice now that there are a few keys here. Let me show that. What are those? This is a UV toolkit window. Let me go to channel box. Fine. So let's look in this window here. So this is our perspective mode. Okay, this is a UV window because I need the tools to be visible proper in the UV window. So I just expanded a little bit. Hope you guys understood why we're doing this. So this will be much easier. The reason why I didn't close it is this is needed when you do a UV toolkit, which I would have explained in the previous lessons. So please do go through that. And I always would like to remind the students that my classes would work only if you follow my previous video lectures, and let's take it from me, it is really hard. It will be really hard if you don't follow my previous lectures. I highly recommend you guys to not just go through my video. You have to spend some time and follow whatever I did with the relevant softwares and tools. I'm using my 2018, so please do practice with the software, with the tools I explained in the tutorials. Only that would help. Okay, let's see the tools of UV editor. Yep, so I think I've covered a few things in our previous class. So here, look at these options. So first thing, I select this model, and look here, there is a checkerboard. So when I click on this checkerboard, yeah, it is disabled. Now you can't see the textures. Now you would have noticed now there are two colors there. One is red and one is blue. Why? Why the colors are red and blue? Because there is a button here which I have enabled. So just because this button is enabled, shaded UV, you could see the textures there properly. For example, like see that? It's just normal UV, and now you could see only normal UVs. You can't see anything normal. Now when I click that, you could see the red and blue. The reason is the blue says that the textures are properly facing the camera and we have unwrapped it properly. The red says that there are some mistakes in our UV. So that's why this will come in handy to use that. And here I have this model separate, and this separate, this separate, and this separate. So these are the options we have here, and we are using it. So none of them are UV unwrapped. Yep, so it is highly advisable if you use this one, so you can find out whether the textures are properly UV unwrapped or are they facing the opposite direction. So this will be better one. Let's select this one. Yeah, it's proper. This one is proper. This one it is not proper. Look at these things. It's not proper. Yeah. So that's a good way. Unless we have to flip them. We have to flip the UVs to make the red into blue. That's what required from you in the models. So let's take this one. I say this file is gun texturing. Okay, so none of these were UV unwrapped. So in this scenario, let me select this model, and hope you remember the tools we have used. So we discussed about under UV menu there is a 3D grab UV tool, sorry, 3D cut and sew UV tool. You could select that, and you would have noticed that the selection I have is already there, which is yeah, I don't want this, so let's use control click, and now look at this model. It is properly wrapped, yeah, around all the corners. Look at that, it's properly divided into two equal distanced objects. Yeah, yeah. So this would work. So now after that, I don't want this one. Yeah, I think I don't want this side ones. So let me use control and double click. Wait, and I want this one either. Then I don't want. This one either, yeah, then not this one, this one. So when you press 4, you can see that there is only one single line which goes around the center of the objects. You could see that now. Yeah, this would do. So now right click, I go to component, UV shell, and I can see that this is one and this is another object here. So but I don't want this lines to go through. Could you see that? So there is something bad there. So now press W, right click, object mode. Let's go back to this mode. I don't want this, any of these things to be selected, so I'm just deselecting them by holding the control key. Holding the control key and deselecting those things. Let's press 4 to see how does it work. Yep, that would do. Now look at that. Yeah, great. And press 5. Now just right click and go to your component mode, UV shell. Great. Now you can see that. You just put your mouse here on this side and one on the other side. You could see them. Yep, one here and another here. Yeah. Now select this one and press. Just don't select. Just move your mouse over that object and press D. You could see that. Yeah, it is unwrapped here. That's cool. So now I just move my mouse here and I press D again. Yeah, it's unwrapped. So this is a cool one. This is a good feature, I would say. So press W, right click, go to UV mode, select the UVs, select any one of the UVs because I want to select all the UVs here. The reason why I select the UV here, not here, is because if I select the UV here, it's not just this UV here. It will also select the object which is beneath that. So I would like to isolate both these shapes separately. So that's the reason I select the UVs which are not merged together. Do not make a selection like this. It would make both the objects to get selected. Hope you guys keep that in mind. So the purpose of this operation is to isolate the object and move them away from each other. So it is mandatory for you to select only the UVs which are of a single object. In my case, I select this one. Then I hold my control, right click. There you go. There's a 2 UV shell. Done. Now select and move them. Good. So yeah. Now this is good. Now let me select this one. Control, right click to UV shell. Whoa. Yeah, slow down. Yeah, control right click to UV shell. Now move this out. Now you guys should know what we're doing. Now there were some rotate tools, right? Yeah, there are some rotate tools, but it doesn't work good. Maybe I can do it right stuff. Right, press E, then I just rotate them, clear. Then I select this one, control right click to UV shell, press E, then I rotate them, right stuff. Good. So I could select these UVs now, and there is an option called stack UVs which are of similar one. Where is that? I'm searching that in my UV toolkit. So where is that? There is a stack UV. It must be in the transform. No. Okay. Then down again. You will, yes, here it is. Snap and stack, or yeah, stack similar. So let's hit stack similar. No. Stack shells. Yes, this worked. Stack shells worked good. So now you would know that. Stack shells is fine, but it's not properly stacked. But still, it's not properly stacked, but we have this option. So just keep it in mind. We have this option, but it's not properly stacked. And look at this UV. It's swelling color still. Why there's swelling color? Select this one. Right click. Do UV shell. Move it down. Okay, both of them are not proper. So number one, I press R. I scale them down. No, scale them up. Okay, no again. Press Z. Great. Let me flip the UVs. Where is the flip? Here I have the flip. So let's flip in the U direction. Okay, then the V direction. Okay, so I think this is fine. So let's select this UV, control right click to UV shell, then flip it. No, I think I should try in the U direction. Oh, what's that? What am I missing? Yeah, yes. Then I press E, then I just rotate them a little. Yep, then I press R, I scale them accordingly, then I could just put them here next to each other. Maybe I press spacebar for some maximized viewport. Of course guys, it would take some tremendous amount of time. Some of you might feel boring by working on the UV texturing, but take it from me, this is what most important when it comes to 3D modeling, because once you mastered how your texture has to be, then you would know exactly how the model has not to be. Okay, so it's always better to learn the worst parts first, so you can do the best parts. Yeah, just take it from me. I'm just positioning them, even though it's not perfect. That's okay. You can just, or the latter case, you can just move them. It's up to you. So I just unwrap two things. Just right click and I go to my object UV mode, and you would like to know how it is done. Look at this, just turn on yours. Yep, now look at that, it's fine, it's just done. Yeah, I turn them off now. Now let me move this here. So if I want to unfold, just scroll down your mouse, you could see some unfold option there. Just click on this unfold. Now you can see how it's unfolded. Yeah, yeah, it would do like that. Just expand, just do it by itself. Yeah, so it's just one option. If you want, you could use that. Okay, and there are some other tools here, so it's up to you guys to get mastered how you want the things to be. And let me select this one. And here I have this model. Maybe I can split this model into two parts, so I can easily cut them off. Yeah, that would do. Yep. So the first thing is I just want to select this part. And I forgot to mention you guys one thing. Just select this model and just right click and just select and move. You will notice here that there are some faces at the bottom. It's not required. We can delete it even, but when you try to smooth, the deleted face will make some big impact on your 3D model. So I'm not deleting that. So I just would like to know this. You to know that. And here I can unwrap them. But before I do the unwrapping, I would like to just move the objects individually from each other. So let me select this one. Before I move them, I want these objects to select these objects, and I want to make them freeze transformations. So in that way, this object's initial position is the same. So whenever I move this down now, okay, if I want to bring them back, I just select this model, I press 0, it will come back to the origin state. Yeah, so yep, that would be really a good one. Let me select this two. Done. We select this also, and maybe sorry, my trigger also, I move it on. Done. So this will do. Let me select this one and I press F. Okay, here I have this shape here. So let me select this one. Great. And great, you remember this tool. If you follow my last tutorial, you would know that this is a tool which I have created as a quick set icon in my shelf from which is what this 3D cut and CUV tool. Yeah. And look at that, it's already been selected. I don't want this pass to be selected. So let me control double clicking. Yeah, just control double click all this selected ones. So don't want them to be get selected. Control double select, control double click on those things. Yep, it's done now. Okay, so let's select maybe I select it from here. So, okay, let me just double click there, double click here. Yeah, so this part will be deselected from the rest of the parts now. Yeah, this will do. Okay, so it will be an easy way. And if you would like to isolate this shape out of the other, you could do that also. Maybe you can double click here, you can isolate this shape from the other shapes. Yeah, like here and just like here. Yeah, now this would be a separate shape and this would be a separate shape. Yeah, so now you don't have this is this will be a separate shape. Now this will be a separate shape. And one more thing, I think I don't need this face at all because no way it will be connected to any object, so maybe I can remove them, but it's fine. Okay, it's done. And let's see how we're going to remove unwrap them, because it involves a lot of problem here because it's a cube, so we have to destroy it. So let's double click here. So this will divide the cube into two shapes. One will be the top, another one will be the bottom. Then this will be a different one. Then this will be a different one. So that's the plan I have. Let's see how it works. Okay, so we have shapes here, and just a minute. Let me grab my charger for the laptop. Yeah, that would do. And it says there is something wrong in my. Yep. So here it is. Now I right click, I go to component, UV shell, and here. Let me select this one, I press D. Yes, look at that, it's unwrapped. When it's here, I press D. Yep, it is unwrapped. Then here I press D. Okay, cool. Then here I press D. Uh-oh, that is bad. That is too bad. Look at that. That is too bad. Yeah, this one. It doesn't looks like a normal shape. So maybe I should just rig them so it would be a proper one. Maybe that would do. Maybe like I can. I should split them open so it may work good. Like a double click on any one of this edge. So let me double click here, and this will do. Then let me double click here. So now it will split the object into in a good way. Right click. Sorry. So right click, component, UV show. Now press D. Yeah, look at that now. It's been properly unwrapped. Yeah. So yeah, the only part now you would have is why they're all stacked on each other. Yeah, understood. That's why we have to press W, right click, UV mode, select any one of the UV, control right click to UV shell, move them away. And again, select any of this, control right click to UV shell. Yeah, this is your trigger. Okay, then again select this one, control right click to UV shell. Oh, I'm sorry, W and press move. And this is that part, the smallest part we have, you remember, I believe, yeah. And this one should be a similar shape. Maybe, I mean, it should fix here. That's the point. Okay, then this one, control right click to UV shell, then move them here. Yeah. So this is the shape we have. Look at that. So this is how the shape is. So this is what the UVs we are working on now for this shape. I press E, arrange them, maybe if I can move them. Now you can see them, they're not properly rearranged. Yeah, so if it is possible, you could even make them properly work. Maybe I can right click, I can go to UV mode, so you can select any of the UVs, you can move them. You see that? Press W, it would make it easy. So this will do. And one more thing, mostly I prefer to do is you have to align them properly. The problem is, see, if I select this UV, for example, let me select this, control to UV shell. And if I give unfold, you would notice now the shape, how the shape would go. Yeah, look at that. Unfold, unfold, unfold. Okay, there's no big changes. But with this, control right click, UV shell, and play the unfold, unfold, unfold. So there's no big changes here. Yeah. So sometimes you have to move them all together by yourself. So let me select them here. Okay, and you have options here called aligning. Look at that. You have aligning options. You could align them or you can rotate them. It's up to you. So aligning and rotating, we have align. So if you click that, it would be a straight one. You see that? Yeah. So this would do. You can align them and you can arrange them. And there are also some other plugins you could use, which is available online, like plugins like Malcolm plugins, which you could use properly for arranging these UVs. Yeah, and there are many other UVs. You could have noticed there are many other UVs plugins you could use for Maya. Okay, great. Okay, so it's done now. Let me select this and I press E, I can rotate them. Great, then I just move them here. Then I select this one, I press R, I just move them here. Yeah, it's done. It's done here. And similarly here, there are some UVs. You should select all these UVs, deselect the ones which are not required. Not required. Yeah, press R, scale them down, done. Similarly, you could see, you could use them here also in the align and snap, you can move them. And also you could see there is a transform tool. You could use this to transform this the object also. Okay, this would also work, like rotating, snapping, flipping, so this would also work. So mostly I would suggest you guys to go with this one, the aligning, that would really make these things happy, easy and good. So yeah, and after that you need to move them also, you need to align them too. Maybe you should align them here. And look at them, you should align them also. So keep that in mind. It's like, yeah, that would do. Select these ones and select them, great. And select them again. Press E. Yeah. And if you want to know which part of this fits here, just right click, go to edge, select this edge. It will tell you which part, the connected edge, because they both share the same edge. Look at that, they both share the same edge here. Select the outer edge, it will show exactly where it fits. So when they both share the same edge, it would fit exactly here. Yeah, and you would know now how to move what. Okay. So maybe if I select this edge, look at that, it selects here and here and here. Yeah, now we know that. So if it's okay, you can even select this. You can shift right click. Sorry. You can control right click. I'm sorry. You can use your control right click to show. You can bring them, you can scale them, and you can put them inside, and you can align them along to this. It's up to you how you want your textures to be visible. You could do that. And after all this is done, just select the UVs, all the UVs here, and there will be an option called layout. Okay, that's what I already mentioned, that under the UV menu you could use that in your just a minute. Yeah. So under the UV menu you could have apply this layout option. I think I'm just messing with that. Yeah, it will be found here. It's like under the tools you have view image textures. You said, whoa, yeah, modify. Is it there? Yeah, we all discussed about this layout option. Control L, because I remember the shortcut, but I don't know why the menu is there. You can also achieve them by here. It's all the same. So once you press the UV layout, you can see now it's all properly aligned under the 1 by 1 place. So that's what it's about. That's what the textures are all about. So now they're aligned here to this. So this would really make them proper. So you can use them. Even you can make a text separate UV for this, and you can make a separate UV for this. So similarly like that. Now select this one, and what is this shape? What is this shape? How can I have this? Press F here and see there. I'm sorry. Oh, these are the shapes here. Let's see now. And what about this one? Oh, all these side shapes are here. That's cool, man. That's really cool. So this will have. So now right